Hello everyone, and welcome to another video with Coach B and masteryourchess.com. In this video, I'm gonna go over how to create an opening repertoire so that you can learn and use it for your openings. So if you go to lichess.org, you want to go here to Tools and then Opening Explorer. And when you open this up, it's a free resource and you can use this to create your own opening repertoire for the opening that you desire. And I chose to do one for the D4 moves. I want to flip the board. If you click over here on the right hand side, those three lines, you could click flip board, and let's uncheck it, and then D4. Now, what you want to look at is on this right hand side, you can see there are a lot of different ways you can play against this. So if you look here at the first move, knight f6, you could see that this reply, 33% of the times white wins, there's 43% of the time it's a draw, and 24% of the time black wins. So it is the most common played. You can see there's 496,000 games with this variation, and there are other lines as well. You could select whichever one you prefer. So I'm going to go with knight f6. After this, the way you want to analyze it, you can see that there are two main replies to playing knight f6. C4 has about 350,000 games. Knight f3 has about 108,000 games. While bishop to g5 is also a variation, well, here it's only 20,000 games. So when you compare 20,000 games to 350,000 or 100,000 games, obviously it's not as common. So what I would advise you is to study just these two lines first. Okay, and then after you know those lines, if you end up someone playing the bishop g5 line, you could probably continue your own development the same you've played with the other openings. And if it's not a good response, what I would advise you is to then study for a reply for bishop to g5. The way memory works is that a lot of times when an event happens, that will help to remember something much better. So if you lost the game, or maybe you were in a tournament and you've faced a variation that you have not studied, that's the time to go ahead, develop an opening and study it, because you're going to learn it a lot faster and you're going to remember it much better. Again, my advice to you here is to study the main lines, because you want to improve your chess game the fastest. Obviously, you don't want to spend millions of years studying all of these variations that you might not even get to see. So always focus on what's going to be played first. So I'm going to click C4 for the main line, but I will go back just because knight f3 has 108,000 games. This is also very common, so I'm going to select this as well. And you can see how here at the top it moved it as a sideline. So I'm going to continue with the main line with c4. And again, you could choose any of these variations, whichever one you would prefer. I am going to go with the main line with the e6 this time. And then from here, you could see you got knight f3 and knight c3 as the main variations. There's 80,000 games this way. Knight c3, there's about almost 80,000 as well, while the other ones are significantly lower. So I'm going to select this one, go back, and select the second one as well. And let me continue with the main line. Okay, so from here, you could choose different replies that you want to play. You should also look at the percentages that white wins in those games. Definitely, that's something to consider. So right here, I'm going to go with the b6 line. It's also pretty common. White wins 29% of the time, so I'm going to go with this line. And from here, you could see you got the G3 variation, very common, while the other variations are not as common as to this variation. So I'm just going to select the G3 variation. And then you could have bishop a6, bishop b7. And again, you could select any of these lines that you prefer. And you want to look at the statistics to whatever you would prefer playing. Me, I played the bishop b7 line, but like I said, you could choose any other lines as well. Okay, from here for white, you can see there's only bishop to g2 that is significantly higher than all the other ones. Okay, so this is definitely the main line, so we're going to go with that. And now for black, we have the bishop to e7 variation. You got bishop to b4, or you could try any of the other variations. I'm going to go with the bishop to e7. Castle is very significant here. And also knight to c3, there's also 2,000 games. Looking at the other ones, it's 15 games. Definitely that's not worth studying. So we could include the knight to c3 as well. So let's go back, select the main line. After we select the main line, again, you could see it's probably best to castle here. And now the main continuation, knight to c3. I also want to show you that you could see that we did have knight to c3 and we had castle and then knight to c3. So just because this move is just right after castle, I could even go here and delete from this variation, just because if I use this other order, it will end up in the same line, so I don't need to put it in there twice. So I'm just going to continue from here, from knight to c3. And now there are a lot of different ways you can still play. The most common line is knight to e4. If you look at the other lines, you could see even also the knight to a6. White wins 26% of the time, so that's still pretty low as well, and is not as commonly played. If you want, you could study this line. I'm going to select knight to a6. And this is kind of where you want to stop an opening repertoire. After you're castled and all your pieces are developed. And then from here, what I would recommend doing when you study this, you just want to look at some grandmaster games that were played to see how they developed and how they attacked, and also to try to use that in your game. So if I scroll here, if I take this on the right hand side and I scroll down, you will see at the end some games that were played by Nakamura versus Carlsen. Black won here. You see a draw there. So you got a couple of grandmaster games to look at, and you could just, I'm just going to open one, but you could definitely look at all the other ones. And you will be able to kind of like skim through it just to see how they developed, how they attacked, what the plan was. So here white advanced the pawn, and then you could see kind of how this game ended up in the end, and it will give you kind of like a feel for this position, what you want to study and maybe use in your games. Definitely after you learn your opening repertoire, it might be even beneficial to memorize some of these grandmaster games, as this will be the best replies for white most of the times, and you'll end up with a good game. So I'm just going to skim through it. I don't want to spend too much time on this, and then you will be able to see, you know, pretty even game here, and how it ended up. In the end, black was able to win this game in the end game. And I'm not gonna spend more time. So now let's go back, and then if you look at our opening variation here, we've gone over the main line, and then we have a couple of sidelines here that we want to elaborate as well a little bit more. So let's continue here with the knight to f3. So from here, you want to choose whatever variations you like. What I would recommend is trying to choose variations that you already have in the main line, because that will make it a little bit easier. So you can see in the main line that we've played, we had e6 that we've played. So it'll probably be easy to continue with the same development because it'll be easier to memorize. And you can see this is a valid line. So I'm going to still continue with e6. From here, the main reply for white will be c4 with 20,000 games. So I'm just going to select this line. And now we have different variations. In our development, we played b6. And if you look here, b6 is one of the main lines. So I'm going to continue with the same opening, just so I won't have to memorize so many different moves. All right, so here, best reply for white is g3, which is 3 times as higher than the second lowest. So I'm just going to continue with that. And then also in my main line, I had b6, then I went with bishop to b7. Even though it's not as common, you could see it is the second option. So I want to select the same option just so I could have the position the easiest possible. So from here, white's reply, you could see bishop to g2. And this kind of transposes to the main line that we've already seen. So let's just continue. We selected here bishop to e7. So we're going to go with the same line. After this, white castled, and we also castled, and knight to c3. Then here, if you remember, we selected the knight to a6 variation. So this also matches the main line, and it kind of transposed into the same variation, which will make it a little bit easier for you to play. All right, and then coming back, the other side line that we have is the knight c3 line, and let's go ahead and elaborate on that as well. So after knight to c3, we do have different options. Again, we want to see if we can kind of follow through with what we've done before. So you could see when they played knight f3, we brought our bishop to b7, and then we continued from there. So here you could see that bishop to b7 is not one of the main choices right now. The best reply here is bishop to b4, and it's significantly higher than all the other ones. So here we do have to go a little bit off from our main line just because that's the better play. And now looking at white, there are two main continuations. You can see 27 games and 24,000 games. So I'm definitely going to select both. So I'm going to go back and select this one. So you can see there's also a sideline as well. And let me continue in this main line of the knight c3 variation. Okay, so after e3, recommended is to castle. Always I recommend castling early as well to all my students. And then you have the bishop to d3 line. I do have here d5 as the most recommended, so let's do d5. Knight f3, you can see it's significantly higher than the other games played. c5 and castle. Then we have, you could choose here knight c6, d takes c4, whichever variations you like. So I'm going to continue with the first one. a3 is played here. It's also recommended. The most common games is to take. White will take as well. And then we got two main continuation, queen to c7, d takes c4. Both of these are okay, so let's use queen c7 here. And then here there's c takes d5, bishop to b2. There's a couple of sidelines here that you can study. Definitely I think both of these, and probably even the h3 line, would be good to look at. So let's take a look at c5. I'm also going to select bishop to b2 here, and the h3 variation. All right, so let's go first looking at c takes on d5. So after c takes d5, we're going to take back, and then a4. After this, we got the rook to e8. Bishop to a3 is the main line, and now c4, bishop retreat. And I think this is a good place to stop this variation. You don't want to go too far in depth. From here, you can see you just need to develop your bishop. Probably bishop to g4 is the best spot for it. And then you play a game from here. Again, you could look at some grandmasters that played this variation and see which of these games will kind of fit the style that you would prefer playing, which one you will be more comfortable playing. And then coming back, we want to go to the other variation that we didn't elaborate, which was the queen to e2. And here, castling is probably the best reply. a3. Here, bishop takes on c3 would be preferred. Queen takes c3. And then you have the option of b6 or which other variation you like. So let's go with b6. Bishop to b5 is most common. Bishop to b7. Here you can look at f3 and e3. Both are good continuations. So I'm going to select both of them because there's just an equal number of games played this way. So for f3 here, we're going to play h6, challenging the bishop, bishop retreats, then d5. After this, we have e3, knight, b takes d5, c takes on d5, knight takes d5, bishop takes the queen, and we take the queen, bishop retreat, and knight retreat. And I think this is a good place to stop our variation. You could see we completed our development, and like I said, you could look at some grandmaster games to how to continue from here. And then the last variation we didn't elaborate is the e3 move, and like I said, you would just continue. d6 is the main continuation that's played, and then you would finish this opening as well. And once you're done, you do have here the PGN that you can upload on a website and practice your opening. One of those websites is chessable.com, and I'm going to show you really quick how you can import these variations and practice them against the computer. So I'm going to select this variation and I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to go to chessable.com. You're going to have to create an account, and it allows you to import 5 openings for free and study them. You could delete it and then put another one if you want to, or you could purchase a membership and be able to put as many as you want. So what you're going to need to do is go to Tools, create a course. I'm just going to name it Nimzo Indian, or you could name it D4 opening, whatever you want to name it. It is an opening, and it's for black. This opening, we're practicing how to play against d4, and then I'm going to press submit. Here it's going to ask you your course was added, and then you can import a PGN, switch to copy and paste, and then here I'm going to right click and paste the opening. I'm going to select the course. This is for the Nimzo Indian. default chapter, and then I'm just going to press import. And then it says success. Yes, check it. You will be able to practice. So this is the line that I included. You can go ahead and practice against the computer. I'm not going to spend too much time. I do have a video of how to use this website, and you're just going to be able to look at the opening that we've developed. And then to add the other lines, you can go here where it says chapters. You're going to click on that, and on the right hand side you'll be able to add more variations. So I'm going to click on add variation. Now the bad part is that you're not going to be able to copy and paste anymore. You're actually going to have to drag the pieces. But if you go to Lichess, you can go on the other variation. So let me go on this variation, for example, and it does show you all the moves that you need to follow and then import it in there. So you can see d4, knight f6, c4, e6. This website also has a database. It's not as big as the Lichess database, but it is a good database that you can use. So you know, d4, we could flip the board, knight f6, c4, e6, and I'm not going to put all the other moves. You can do that on your own. Once you are done, you're going to scroll down and you're going to be able to select here which opening you want to add it to. You could name the variation, whichever variation it is, and then once you're done, you're going to be able to press add variation to the book, and then yes, add it. We could press here, yes, see it. Let me go to chapters. You will see that you have the second line as well. And then you'll be able to use this resource to practice against the computer to learn this opening that you developed. All you're going to have to do is click here where it says learn next, and then you're going to be able to practice against the computer and learn the opening repertoire that you developed. Another thing that I want to mention before I close down, you could see that the opening that we looked at or that we chose is the Nimzo Indian Defense classical variation. I would also recommend to look up some YouTube videos to see if there's any traps in this opening. But one thing that I do want to recommend is that if there are traps that follow your opening repertoire, they are good to add into your opening repertoire, maybe like a mistake played by white, but you don't want to include traps where you are waiting for your opponent to make a mistake. So only include traps in your opening repertoire if it follows the opening variation that you chose. And then you will be able to use it if you will come across it. If not, when you play a strong player anyways, they will not fall for those traps if you're waiting him to make a mistake. So it's not very healthy to play chess that way. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully this video helps and you'll be able to create your own opening repertoire. If not, you could use the ones that I've already developed on my website and practice it against the computer. If you liked my video, please subscribe and don't forget to check out my new website, masteryourchess.com, where you can learn, practice, test, and master your chess knowledge.